Hey, welcome to For the People Podcast. I'm your host, Vision X, and today we are joined by our Queen of Judges herself, Miss Nikki,
Hi.
and we are joined by Miss Janae.
Hello.
And I wanted to give everybody an apology. We are trying to work on this live. This is our first time doing live, so I just want to let y'all know about that. And then also, Nikki, that new logo, the new not logo but audio. Can you give me a longer version of it?
The song.
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second.
That would be great. So today it's going to be a jam-packed show. I do apologize to everybody. This is our first time going live. We are trying to actually, I don't want to show it on stream just yet. If you have any comments or anything and you want to discuss anything, just please let us know. Other than that, we are going to jump right into it.
You ready?
We're gonna share our first story, and we are going to take a look at this. So let's show you what we have up here first. Not that. Actually,
here with my boyfriend.
This around, and hopefully he has the full video.
I want to give an update to this story out of Texas of the woman who was giving birth and seemingly being ignored by the nurse there entering the information. And we've got some more video, actually. I'll show you that in a second. According to the mother of the woman, she was supposed to be induced that day. And so they called that morning and they didn't have a bed. So they told her, hey, we'll call you a bed. Well, apparently that never happened. And then her water broke. And so they call and say, hey, my water broke. We need to get in there now. So they head up to the hospital. When they arrive at the hospital, they arrive at the ER section of the hospital, apparently. And the nurses there said, no, you can't come here. This is only.
Well, I don't hear him say. I just didn't show me the damn video. Here's another video of it as well.
All right.
You can go ahead and turn your phone off too, please.
I can record. I'm in a public place.
He already looked like the father saying.
All right.
Yeah, look at the treatment.
Going back in the building, man. We got it.
I'm gonna wait right here with my boyfriend.
And so this is the same woman that was in the last video. I want to find the other video because the lady that was pregnant, she was in there just screaming like bloody murder. And then in addition to that, I just want to read some of the comments. They says, why is the nurse worried about a cell phone? That tells me everything I need to know about her. Another person says, how do we report her? Another person says, as a nurse, this angers me to my core. I would never treat someone like that. And nobody working with me would be able to treat someone like that in front of me. I would have told her and the rest of them to get the fuck away from this man. And let me see if there's another comment. We'll just read this one as well. This is disgusting. All four of them need to be fired. And that Wench LaCrista does not need to be in the medical field. They've got him on a stretcher. If he is having seizures and they are throwing his head around, not that being careful with his head can cause more harm than good. This is what you call medical negligence. They need to sue. This is unacceptable. Speaking from someone in the medical field, this here is pure disgusting. I hope they are all fired and their license are revoked. So, what do y'all think of this? Because this right here, I mean, this right here is the problem that we have with a lot of people when it comes to, how they treat Black people just in general. When I was in Overland Park, Kansas, and I think I explained this a little bit, but when I was in Overland Park, Kansas, I remember this where they literally, had me in the pretty much the lobby for almost like 2-3 hours. The nurse had an attitude, the doctor had an attitude, but all the white folks in there, they just got in there, got their treatment. And I was just sitting here like, if somebody treat their ass like that, as we kind of see with everything, they will be pissed off, they'll be upset, and they'll be like, oh, I was treated so bad, and they'll be talking to the news and Fox News and everybody else about the treatment. But when it comes to Black people or people that they don't particularly care about, then it's a problem. What do you think?
the fucking spawn of Chucky over there, because the bitch Lookie, that's who the fuck she looked like, Chucky. And LaCrista, whatever. I think the update is that she's since been fired. But this is nothing new when it comes to Black people and pain. And this is how racism plays out in the healthcare industry, because they already seem to think, again, going back towards slavery, that we have a high tolerance for pain. But see, that's the catch. That's the part there where their racism is exposed, because if we have such a high tolerance for pain, and now we're telling you we're in fucking pain, and that should let you know that based on your logic that we're in excruciating fucking pain. If we're saying that, since you seem to believe that we have such a high tolerance, and the fact that she just sat there, she wasn't with the one, well, both of them, but especially with the woman, where she was just acting so calm, like as though nothing was going on, when you don't know the pain of a woman in labor. Because we know, had there been a fucking white woman, she would have been rushed to a room. They would have found a room. They would have kicked the nigga out to put her in the fucking room. They would have did all of that if it had been a white woman giving birth. To sit there and be that evil, and then to say you can cut your camera off now, again, what that comment said, that lets me know everything. Because why the fuck, why would you even, if you're a healthcare professional, why would you care that somebody is filming you in that way, unless you know you're about to do something wrong, unless
Exactly.
you're about to, that's why, if your main concern is not the patient but a camera being on you, that means you already capable of doing some evil shit. And the bitch is like, she looks fucking evil. She looks like she doesn't want to be there. And somebody, I read a comment on TikTok about this video where it says, "No wonder nurses marry cops."
Look, that part.
Because it's the reason why nurses, especially white nurses, marry white cops. Because both you bitches peaked in fucking high school, and now you need to take it out on the fucking world.
And you know, it goes back to just not seeing the humanity in Black people in general, right? Because if you don't see the humanity in us, you're not going to treat us humane. And I do want to say, in a follow up, the family did make a follow up video. That lady delivered that baby 12 minutes later. So
I heard
whether
that.
you had a child or not, a lot of nurses were talking about the one sound you just know when a woman is directly in labor, which is like a very hard grunt. That lady said, "That baby's in my ass." That mean the baby was coming out pushing. You get what I'm saying? And you sit here asking me for my basic ass information. That lady never turned and looked around her. She got, like, listen, I don't know what patience God is visiting y'all, but I would have been fist fighting as well as in labor at the same time, because bitch, you got me fucked up. That baby was born with his eyes wide open and having a bowel movement from distress.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. Yes. That's how that right there. See, this is what I'm saying. I know God is real, and I know God loves me, because in the 45 years that I have been on this fucking earth, He has not put me in the position.
Never. Thank God.
He has never put me in the position to where I got to do this shit with white folks. Because let me tell you, like Janae said, it'd have been rumble in the motherfucking jungle in that bitch. Because you got me full circle fucked up. Bitch, I'm having a baby and you want my social security number? If you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, and God forbid that is ever my child that has to be in the hospital, and you on some bullshit. Yeah. Oh, I'm giving you, I'm gonna have my what's her name? I'm gonna have my Shirley MacLaine terms of endearment moment, because I'm gonna get on y'all ass. Because that right there is so, like, these people, they are evil, and they are everywhere. The Klan, MAGA is the new Klan, but they need to understand it goes beyond these robes. They're wearing, the Klan are wearing judge robes. They're wearing correctional uniforms. They're wearing police uniforms. They're dressed in suit and ties because they're the fucking lawyer that is giving you the bullshit advice. The bullshit public defender that's giving you bullshit advice. They're the doctors. They're the pediatricians. They're set up in here. They're the principals. They're the superintendents. They are spread everywhere to ensure that we don't make it. They are everywhere. But this right here in this economy ain't the time to be fucked up. Y'all out here catching 45s because y'all fucking with 47. Y'all gonna catch physical 45s. Y'all catching financial 45s. Y'all catching a lot of shit behind a motherfucker that don't know your name and don't give a fuck, because he no longer has a use for you
and don't care to. And you know what? I want to show some two other videos that recently just popped up regarding some stuff that was going on. Something, you know, and I'm like, you know, when it comes to racism, and I've said this before, and we said this a lot of times on the show, without racism, I don't know where a lot of white folks will be. It's everywhere. And this white girl, and they want to hear from white people. And that's when they're like, well, you might be right. No, we are right. Everything from redlining to Jim Crow to black codes to promotions at work to how we're treated when we get on planes and stuff. I said, it's always something new with you guys. We always got to move the goalposts. We always got to have an issue. And I said, it shouldn't have to be that way. The United States is built on not only just slavery, but immigration. You look at all the inventions that black people created, everything from the pacemaker to blood transfusion, to filament and light bulbs to the stoplight.
Your sound's going in and out, or is it just me?
If I see anybody use a goddamn down talk about black people are stupid, but you're using it, don't use none of our shit. If you don't like us, don't use none of our shit. Go to that little white town in Arkansas with the below average subpar people and see how that's working out for them. Oh, and there's an update for them as well. They also they're looking for handouts now from the government because they're having issues with us now. That was an update that happened last week recently. So I just wanted to give everybody that take as well. Let's take a look at these next videos.
Had a good election as far as I know. I didn't hear of any complaints of any wrongdoing or anything. I did want the outcome of the election a little different. I was wanting it to be an individual of a superior race.
And I'm gonna play this video as well. Let's take a look at this.
Megyn Kelly. I'm Eloise and I'm 14 years old. I wasn't even going to say anything because the topic is an adult one. My mom even made a video about it yesterday because we didn't feel it was an appropriate topic for a child to speak about. But after hearing you go on camera and explain that Epstein wasn't into 8-year-olds, just the barely legal type like 15, I realized you might need an actual reality check from a literal child. So let me help you out. Megyn, people in my grade are turning 15 right now. Some of us still have baby faces. Some of us still have braces. Some of us still call our parents when we're scared at night. Some of us still look like middle schoolers because we basically are. And the fact that a grown woman needs a teenager to explain that is honestly terrifying. Here's the part you seem confused about. Under federal law, anyone under 18 is a child. No asterisk. No, but they hit puberty. No, older kids don't count. Anyone under 18 is a child. You said you were just giving facts, but here's the real fact. What you said wasn't factual. It was minimizing. It was making abuse sound like a technicality. And Megyn, here's the part you really need to hear. If a 14-year-old has to get on the internet and explain to a grown adult with national platform that children are children and there's no age where abuse suddenly becomes less bad, then the problem isn't confusion, it's corruption. Because kids my age aren't supposed to be the ones correcting you. We're not supposed to be the moral compass in a room full of adults who should have known better. But here we are. If my voice makes you uncomfortable, good, it should. Because the minute adults are defending predators by debating the age of a child, you're not protecting the truth. You're protecting the predator. And you shouldn't need a freshman to tell you that.
So I actually screwed up a little bit on that. I was supposed to play something that was going along with the superior race, but that is also something that we could talk about as well, because it's going to transition into, we got this whole Epstein thing going on. But what got me about the guy from the first one that talked about the superior race, I'm trying to figure out where white folks are superior at. I'm really trying to figure out, because if you look at, clear example, the farmers, what gets me about the farmers is that you literally sat there, and we stated this before on the other show, you know that the people that was working for you are illegal, you know they were immigrants, and you literally opened up the damn blinds and was like, well, immigrants and they're coming to steal our jobs and everything. And then you go see that the workers are immigrants and you still go to the polls and vote for them. That to me doesn't sound like superior race to me. That sounds like stupidity. You obviously knew that this was, you had to have known that this was going to happen. And then the other thing was like with Megyn Kelly, and we can go into that. What gets me about white women and Megyn Kelly is that this bitch and the other ones that was over there at Fox News, when Rupert Murdoch was over there sexually assaulting them and touching them and stuff, they were like, oh, as white women, we're being targeted, and oh, he was sexually assaulting us. And I'm sitting here like, okay. And then in addition, they had a movie that was made regarding their sexual assault. But you're sitting here talking about these children, which is not affecting you. Oh, they're of an age to have sex with. I said, you got to make it make sense. And that's what gets me about white women. Either you be all in for women's rights or you're not. What do you think?
They've never been for all women's rights. They stole that movement from black women. White women are the most dangerous creatures on the planet. Nothing is sacred even of their womb because they are birthing and raising and creating the men. White women put being white over even being a woman. You understand what I'm saying? They are literal pillars of white supremacy. They're the ones upholding that shit the most. You get what I'm saying? They vote for the Republicans who are anti-abortion and taking our rights away. They vote for that shit. They raised them that way. It's they ass. It is them.
And they don't want. One thing about white women, they don't want that brought to the forefront that they are it. The white men wear the hoods, but them bitches sold the motherfuckers together. Without one, you can't have the fucking other. They stole everything. Susan B. Anthony, you ugly fat white bitch, you stole a fucking movement from black women. You let them do the leg work, and then you didn't want them there. When it comes to feminism, white women have never. They don't know the definition of intersectionality. When they think feminism, they think white women. When black women think feminism, we think all women. They don't think about anybody other than themselves. They are born suffering from main character fucking syndrome. And Megyn Kelly, imagine being the only reason you have what you have is because Rupert Murdoch dick was in your mouth. I can't imagine that life, but there you go.
That part.
There you go. But you want to act like, and then they showed a side by side where when she was on the Today Show, she was saying how, there is no distinction. A child is a child. Now, all of a sudden, somebody close to the Epstein that she said they don't know everything, but virtually everything.
That was a little bit of an admission. You be around weird people.
Because you're around, and then what the fuck you mean that virtually, not everything, but virtually, it's either one or the other, bitch. Do you know what the fuck the words mean things? I know the fucking definition. But they have always been that way. White, like she said, white women are dangerous. When they ask what women want, the men or the fucking bear, we chose the bear. Then when they asked us when it come to corporate America, would we rather deal with white women or white men? And it was a resounding, we rather deal with white fucking men. So that should tell you something, that if we as black women feel safer around white fucking men versus white women, and you bitches got up in arms and you got offended. And y'all stay getting fucking offended. And that tells me everything I need to know. Because instead of you receiving the information, you react to the information. That's one thing a white woman gonna do. They are not going to receive the information. They are going to react to it. And once again, for you salty and Sally bitches in your feelings, I didn't say all. And also, when making a generalization for the purpose of making a valid point is not a personal attack. So don't come in this motherfucker with, it's not all white women. Because if you say it's not all, if your knee-jerk reaction is to say it's not all white women,
it's
you
your
that white woman I'm talking about. Because you felt some type of way. Because if that wasn't you, you wouldn't feel no type of way. And to that little midget motherfucker who can barely get his feet on the ground talking about a goddamn superior race. How fucking superior of a race can you be when you had to create a whole system of fucking oppression to ensure that you were in the forefront? You can't be superior if you have to rig the system to stay superior. You motherfuckers, we talked about this last week. You gave Jesus a goddamn color change and a fucking silk press so you could give the false narrative that you are the superior race. Y'all are rigging shit to appear to be the superior race because you know you are not the superior fucking race. If y'all was, there wouldn't have been slavery, because you would have been able to build. You would have been able to find your own country and build upon it. You wouldn't have had to go get somebody else to do it because you're too fucking inept. The reason why white people do not want equality is a threat to white people's existence. Because if it was equality existed, they would be in last fucking place in everything that they do. And we talked about this a few shows ago, where they have to do death-defying shit. Because that is their way of feeling superior. We don't have to do that. I don't have to go climb Mount motherfucking Everest, the fields. Y'all always have to go do death-defying shit because you feel like that puts you closer to God. And I think subconsciously, y'all think the higher you are to God, the more superior you fucking are. So you have to do death-defying shit that's gonna get you called the fuck home so that you feel superior. You
and
are
y'all
not
going to hell.
You
Y'all are going
exactly.
to hell.
That's the thing. That's the
Y'all are
thing.
going to
Y'all
hell.
literally took the Bible and used it to justify fucking slavery. And my people, I listen, nigga to nigga, I love y'all. But I need y'all to let that shit the fuck go
Let it go.
immediately. I need y'all to let white Christianity, the fucking chokehold that it has on y'all. You gotta let it the fuck go. Cause we never gonna be free, fully free as a people if y'all keep this shit the fuck up. Cause they ain't praying to the same God we praying to. They're not. They never were. Again, if you in the Bible, I don't know too much about it, but I know when they described Jesus, he was a nigga. I
Yeah.
don't know nothing
They
else, but
said
I know
hair of wool.
hair of wool,
well,
skin of bronze, hair of wool. That's not the Jesus that's on the motherfucking picture here. That's not what the fuck I'm getting. That's not what I'm seeing. So if you had to rig Jesus to be in your fucking favor, that tells us everything we need to know. Talking about a goddamn superior race. Fuck you.
And you're never going to convince me that white people didn't want you to read. And then let's be clear. Anything that will benefit black people in totality, they try to get rid of, right? Like if
yeah.
it's
Exactly.
going to benefit us. Yet they are spoon feeding y'all from birth. Here you go, the Bible. It's the best shit ever. Come on, y'all. We can't be that loose. We can't be that loose screws like that. We
Because
can't.
anything that's good, they
They
take it.
take it
They gonna
away.
take it the fuck away.
Yeah.
So it's just like it can't be. It can't be good. Y'all should have known it was some shit when you talking about some Jesus want 10%. What the fuck he buying in? What
Yeah.
is he buying in heaven? With
Did
my
did y'all
African American, what is he spending it on?
did you see
You balling out up there?
did you see the recent videos? And I wanted to find it, but I couldn't find it. But there was a recent video that was put out that somebody was they were discussing how Jesus pretty much every time he seen people that was money from the people, he literally had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
So when when he went in there and whipped the guys out of the church, and also somebody did some phone calls. It was a girl phone calls, and she was just calling random churches, and she was saying,
Yeah.
"Hey,
My
this
baby
baby
need
formula."
formula.
Yeah, I need formula. And I mean, literally, these churches don't pay any taxes. They make millions of dollars. And I said, you don't have a food bank or something in line for people to help and assist. That's why I said they can't get my money.
I'm gonna be
I
honest. I
said,
can't. I can't go anywhere. And the pastor, like, I just couldn't imagine being like down and like in distress and struggling in life. And my pastor has an S 550. Yeah, that might sound shallow, but
yes,
them motherfuckers got private jets and or
Yeah.
just whatever. I can't give my money to a nigga doing better than me. Well, like that. Does I just I can't fellowship with that. It
And,
doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
and that's the part with black people that I don't. Even as a child, I saw the logic. Even if you wasn't back in the day, they didn't have those type of cars in the black church. But the pastor always had a Cadillac. But everybody
yeah,
else either don't have a car or they taking
Hmm.
a bus, but they giving their money or we need it for the church fund. Bitch, it's been 30 years. When the fuck you gonna build some shit? Cause I don't see nothing. It's been 30 years y'all collecting for the building fund and I ain't seen no foundation laid. Where the fuck is the money go? Where is the money going?
Where's the money, Lashonda?
Where is the
but
fucking money? And y'all still just even in the
In that
and I
bitch
don't know nothing
slide.
about white church. I know about black church, but that's just that black church is just
it's the
fucking
same.
crazy and
I'm
just as
gonna I'm gonna
nasty.
say it's a
Same.
little different in the way they fellowship, right? What I mean is black people. This goes into the indoctrination of black Christianity and evangelicals. I'll say this, or white people who go to church. They're being taught that everything is owed to them. Like they pray, they gain, they'll be blessed. And in black churches, it's more so like, yes, this shit is fucked up. You're struggling, but if you just stay down, your heaven will come later, right?
Mhm.
It really is a tool to make you not question your suffering. You know what I mean? It's just to keep you docile in your suffrage, right? Because as much as we have this, first of all, if you need a book to teach you how to be a good person, chances are you're not a good person.
Yep.
Because atheist people, there are plenty of atheists or whatever have you who don't believe in anything, right? Agnostic, and
Good people.
and they're good people. So if
Good
you
people.
need a 10 commandment, mind you, I'm watching motherfuckers break every commandment that's ever been fucking written, but y'all will still follow them because I think a pastor having a private jet is greed. Call me crazy. I do. I think that's greed. But okay, and so. I think when you get that deep in, black people are stopping themselves from disobeying the Lord when it is literally a tool of supremacy. White Christian nationalism is literally, they've been going country to fucking country saying get down or lay down and killing anybody who fucking don't get down with it. Okay, that's not Christian like. Okay, like whatever. I don't know what the fuck book and how they're reading it, but it has been a tool of violence and oppression since they have introduced it to all the lands forcefully. And so to align yourself, like I'm tired of seeing y'all motherfuckers in comments saying these are not real Christians. This is the Christianity we all fucking know. This is the Christianity they all been fucking showing us.
Exactly. It's like, even as a child, I remember being in church and I remember like looking at the Bible and I thought about it and I was like, well, who wrote this? Because this is a book. This is like a book of stories. And then I thought about it, I'm like, well, it's translated through all these different languages, which means it's going to lose translation, which means you have to fill in those blanks. And once you start to do that, you get away from it. So I've always seen the Bible as a reference, because you have to understand two people can read the same passage and see it differently. It's subjective, just like art is subjective. So you can't use something that's subjective as something that's like this is the end all be all, because it's not necessarily a fact. It's you're walking on your faith. And this is as a person that I do believe in God, and my relationship with God is my relationship with God. But where I think we get fucked up is when we start thinking our religion is the best religion and that is the only thing that you can do. No, everybody believes in what they believe in, whether it be God in the universe, which is what I believe in. But a book is not going to dictate my fucking life, because if you want to live by the Bible, it says you're not supposed to wear garments from different mixes. And you broke bitches, all us out here is wearing cotton and motherfucking polyester, bitch. You ain't supposed to touch swine. You ain't supposed to touch swine, but you motherfuckers is cooking them goddamn ribs and selling them church plates. You touching that football. You watching niggas touch footballs every goddamn Sunday, but you ain't supposed to be touching pig skin. You want to talk about somebody being gay, but you laying up, you selling pussy for $40 a goddamn pop, but you worried about somebody taking it up the ass. You worried about the wrong shit. You worried about the wrong. That's one thing about niggas. That's one thing about niggas in the church. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. You mean to tell me you out here giving your rent money, your last, you out here pouring. One thing about niggas, that one thing a nigga gonna do is pour out an empty motherfucking cup. Y'all are consistently pouring out a cup in the name of Jesus. And one thing that white Christianity has fucked black people up is thinking that we have to suffer to have something good. It is not worthy of us if we don't have to suffer for it. That comes down to our relationships. Anything we get in life, if we get a job, it can't be good unless the white man putting us through some shit on that motherfucker and we persevere. Our perseverance is tied. The white Christianity makes black people think that our ability to persevere is tied into our worthiness. If we can't get beat on that fucking whooping post and heal. That's why niggas think they can put a woman through a goddamn everything in a fucking relationship, and then finally, once you done ran her ragged and broke her, okay, now I think I'll marry her. All you niggas out here that are cosplaying pro-blackness, y'all are doing that shit under the guise of white supremacy, and either some of y'all know it or some of y'all don't, because white supremacy is playing out, is a plague in the black community. And you think just because you're black and you're saying shit, think about the shit you say when you don't like, I don't like women that wear wigs and weaves and they don't like this and that. You doing white women's bidding with that bullshit. You doing white people's bidding because they don't want you to wear that type of shit. They don't want it because they think it's for them. They think luxury things are for them and them only. And so if they can get you little minion motherfuckers that come in here and try to break black women down and say that we don't like our blackness and we don't like this and that about ourselves, that we'll succumb to that, and then they can have everything that they want to have. Or the respectability politics. I had a bitch in my motherfucking comments this morning telling me, I can get what you're saying, but the way that you're saying it, I'm a lady. Well, bitch, in the words of Adele Givens, I'm a fucking lady. If you don't like what the fuck I'm saying, then don't listen to me. But I'm not about to sit here and make you motherfuckers comfortable. If you don't like the fact that I use certain language, put it like this. Why does me using explicit language make you feel uncomfortable? You know why? Because it makes white people feel uncomfortable. That's why white people want to hear black narratives from other white people, because other white people are going to give it to them. They're going to sugarcoat it to them. They're going to spoon feed it to them with no seasoning. They're going to spoon feed it to you like it's fucking mayonnaise. Mm-hmm. But when you hear the black narrative from black people, we coming with all the motherfucking seasoning your goddamn taste buds can't fucking handle. And that's why y'all want to hear that shit from white people. And I'll never forget, her name is, she's my mutual, Asia J. You may know her, Janae. She has dreads, and she was like,
yeah,
when you see, yes, when you see accounts where it's white people always talking about black issues, that should also be a red flag. And at first I thought about that, but I was like, you know what, that does make sense, because why is your content always talking about black issues when you're a white person? I get it, you're an ally, but your whole entire content should not be about, your whole page is about talking about the black narrative, and you're not black, and you're taking the opportunity from black people that can talk about the black narrative. There's no way, why the fuck am I a black woman and I'm talking about the black narrative, and our videos get to 100,000 and you taking our shit off? You taking our shit off because it's offending white people. But if a white bitch come and say the same thing I'm saying to you, even if she used explicit language, y'all would be okay with this shit. But because I'm a black woman and I'm saying it to your face, and I'm not saying it the way that you want it to be said, then all of a sudden it's a problem. Fuck y'all. I'm not here to make no crackers comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you right now, the day a white motherfucker scares me, I'll pack all this shit the fuck up.
We are getting a lot of love from the people in our, so I want, we're going live. And so everybody, just want to thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to read some of your comments. This is from Dean Henry 7444. He says facts. Rodney says peace and blessings from Philly. And also he loved it as well. And also all facts again. And force religion. Hey, Rob Nice, thank you. B Davis 7449 says, hi y'all. Hey, what's up, man? Rodney Nice said, I don't follow religion, but I am deeply spiritual, the creator and the ancestors. Alex Greer, I'm not going to say the rest of that. He says, see, I will give my ties to you, Nikki.
Listen, a bitch unemployed. I'll take it today. I'll take it.
Also said, and needing something. Rob Nice says, speak on it from what's saying. Philly Farron 877 said preach. And then Lanier Xavier says, oh my God, all of what you're saying is why I stopped going to church. I believe in God, but the hypocrisy on various subjects is why I realize I do not need an organized establishment to house that belief. Rob Knight said absolute again. And then Trey Rich says, love you guys. Hey, Trey. Hey, Trey was supposed to.
You went out. Your audio's out.
To be on the show today. We hope you're.
The
audio keep going in and out. Can he hear us?
Can you hear us? You can hear us?
Your audio's out.
Your audio out.
He said, what is going on?
See you.
No, I saw your mouth.
Now we hear you.
There we go. We can hear you.
You can hear us now? But we can't hear you.
This is weird. Okay. All right, 1 second. I am working on this.
Now we can hear you. Be patient, guys. This is nigga shit.
Don't be in the comments saying nothing.
Yeah, this is the black ass show. We just black shit, okay? Like, hey, we still gonna fucking roll with it.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. And this murder charge right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I love that guy. He would have been our next president.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us. This is America.
You are. I know. She ain't watched her pussy since birth.
Ariana Grande used to be one of my favorite artists. She hates America.
Any last words, Chrissy?
Hi. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Animals! Why? Because you didn't agree with his politics? Because you didn't agree with his ideology? That's the reason why he deserves to die! You fucking animals!
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you. Please save me.
White people are literally
And why I think South Africa is a talking point in the US right now, in the next years, will become for the a minority. Why?
Well, that will be a very, very bad thing to happen. You want to see the US go down? Why? Oh, you don't like cars and electric cars, and you don't like technology, or what is it? Do you want to go back to the jungle, or?
If the US becomes a minority white country,
yes.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you.
We can't hear
We
you.
can't hear you. Mm-mm.
You might have to put the other screen, the double. We just have to do the double screen with you, because I think when you do that, we can hear you.
We were hearing fine at first.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. But now we can't hear you.
Okay, that's interesting. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, this is live, y'all. Again, we apologize. We're working on this. So I want to, the viewers, we do see your comments. We're going to have our discussion, and then we're going to address your comments as well. Again, thank y'all for tuning in. And also, if y'all want to get on camera with us, send us an email to FTP Podcast Show. I'll put you on here for that segment, and you can talk about it as well. This show is not for us; it's for you guys. This is why we built this show, so that sense of community, we can talk about these things, and we can try to work things out, and also try to help out the community as well. Now, I will say this. So one thing that got me was that white lady that was in the first video on number 2. When I tell you that's the type of white woman that I work with at work when I was in Kansas and Missouri, I said, now all these white folks, let a black person act like that at all. They don't even have to be cops around. When I tell you, they will have that on every single station, that these black people are unhinged, they're psychotic, they're crazy. But this lady, you're evil. And this is what got me about the whole thing. It's white on white crime. And he was killed by another Republican. That stuff is mind-boggling to me, how y'all went from that to let's go attack the black people at HBUs. I think there's something mentally unstable with those people, because I want to attack people that have nothing to do with this. It was no white person. It damn sure was no trans person, because they always want to, I guess these white Republican dudes that sitting here sleeping with men, and we're going to talk about Trump and Clinton's little whatever they had going on. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But it's like they're obsessed with it. I'm just like, y'all obsessed with dinglings. Like, something's wrong with that. The other thing that gets me about was the South African man that was talking to Elon Musk, Musk's father. He was like, oh, you don't like electric cars. Let me tell you something. Your son, a smart person that created those. When you was able to buy the company, and he made money.
You're going in and out.
Buy into the company. They want it's going in and out again.
We can hear you.
We can hear you now. But it's like when you start
sometimes
talking,
it goes in and out. I think
we can't hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, just do it like that. Listen, y'all. I want the visuals to be perfect, but we gonna have to roll with the double screen. He it's a good thing he looked good so y'all can see him twice. If he was ugly, it would be fucked up. But you know we
Yeah,
got.
but that's one of those things. And I see y'all comments. I'm going to read them off to you guys. Thank you so much for the love. But the other thing that got me about Elon Musk, he was like, "Oh well." Elon Musk's father, he was like, "Oh, you don't like electric cars? Your son didn't build those electric cars. Your son, first of all the money you guys made was from apartheid Africa. And what was apartheid? Racism." And he was able to buy into those companies because Tesla was around, I think, almost 15 years before he was even thought of. And then what he did is he wanted to oust the other CEOs because he wanted to put his name, he was the creator of it, as like being the engineer and architect. Elon Musk didn't create that. What he was a mediocre white dude that bought into those companies, and now he's taking credit and claiming that stuff. That's the problem with that. What gets me also about that is this whole thing about the superior race thing. I'm like, if you look at everything, even the VO or IOP, that was created by a black woman. FaceTime created by a black woman. I just said GPS created by a black woman. The engines, all the engines that go into these cars and the gear shifts, created by black people. I said for y'all to be so superior, y'all use a lot of our everyday shit, air conditioners, stoves, black people. This is stuff that you use on a daily basis. So what the hell do you mean that the world is going to be doomed? And then if it's not the blacks creating it, it's the Asians. Everything from what do you call it, 2G and 4G and stuff, all that is black and Asian. No white folks are involved in that. So what do y'all think of this?
Exactly. They're always going to be, they live to rewrite history. They have to, that's why they want to first of all, black history is American history. And they want to rewrite it so that it can be white history. That's what the fuck they want. Him talking about something, oh, do you want to go back to the jungle? Bitch, we was in the motherfucking jungle, naked and minding our goddamn business until you white motherfuckers came over there bothering us. We was fine. We was doing just the fuck fine. Y'all came over there. They are worried about it being if you're so superior, why does the thought of being the minority bother you? If you're so superior, why does the very thought of being a minority bother you? It is because you set up a system of oppression to make you superior. And you may be the majority, you may still be the majority in terms of financial power, but in numbers, you're not. And we talked about this last week. White men are unfuckable. Don't nobody want to give y'all no pussy. And that's why y'all taking it out on the fucking world. Nobody don't want to fuck y'all, so everybody got to fucking suffer. Yeah. Nobody, that's the whole thing about the patriarchy. That's why you want to control women. That's why you need all of this. This has nothing to do with Black women having babies, Latino people having babies, other people of color having babies. You need white women to have white children, particularly white sons, to continue to go through this. And white women are being like, we don't want to have children and we don't want to have them with you. And they need the fucking numbers. All of this is about the census. All of this is about the numbers. They need the fucking numbers and they are dwindling. If you were really the superior race, equality would not be a threat to your existence. Being the numerical minority would not be a threat to your existence. That's how you know that they are not the superior race, that they are in fact the inferior race. Hence having to build a whole fucking system of oppression against Black people first and everybody else the fuck thereafter. So don't come in here with the hope we're oppressed too. Nah, bitch, we was oppressed first. We still oppressed, okay? This shit was set up. They weren't thinking about no motherfucking Mexicans. They weren't thinking about no goddamn Cubans when they was bringing us the fuck over here, okay? And that's not to say, again, slaves were slaves. We get it. We understand. But you get the fucking point.
I also think they have stopped a lot of evolution and production as well, right? Like when people see videos and they're like, oh, China and Japan, they living in 2050. No, the fuck they're not. They're allowing their scientists, the young children, and everybody else to add to the information as well as build different things, and they, can come to a senses and that it's okay that somebody else might have some shit. Because technically, we don't have shit here because God forbid niggas have something. Let's
There
be
you go.
very clear on that. You guys had free healthcare. You motherfuckers had free school. There was no credit scores. There was a lot of shit that y'all just had until niggas was free. And what we going through now is just because y'all don't want niggas to have nothing. Y'all
Yeah.
don't want niggas to have nothing, and you can't let that go. And so when you look at, like, when I say I think they have stopped the production of things, it's like you can see young black kids that use plastic and create oil for car, like gasoline for cars. What now? Then they start disappearing them. You get what I'm saying? Whenever a young black boy comes up with, like, it was a young black boy who had did something like a brain scan and like figured out some kind of brain scan technology at the age of like 10. Instead of taking Instead of allowing people to go into these systems and create better technology and better shit for everyone, because they're not the creators of a fuck ass thing, they halt production and growth of the whole fucking country. Realistically speaking, if y'all asses would have stayed out of Africa, it is not far fetched that Africa would have been like fucking Wakanda out of
That
Black
part.
Panther. It's
Yeah.
so much shit over there. It's so many black bodies over there with black brains who could have damn well had Africa looking like Wakanda. And every fucking thing you got, from the labor to the materials you fucking use, come from the continent of Africa. This is not your shit. This ain't even your land.
No.
Imagine coming here and genociding a group of people and then making the people you enslaved and trafficked here build the shit up, and then and say, hey, we want immigrants also to come, maintain the foundation we made black people build on their fucking backs, and then say immigrants the problem. I don't think white people understand what a white only country would look like. You motherfuckers would not like it.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Argentina.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen Argentina?
It
yeah,
They're a
definitely.
perfect example of this. They got. Let me
yeah.
tell you something. They got what the fuck they wanted. First of all, Argentina used to be primarily a lot of very Spanish speaking, but also it was very in the South America was in general to begin with. What happened after 1945, after the whole thing with Hitler and all that stuff ended, a lot of those Nazis were able to go to Argentina. They went over there. They eliminated and murdered all the dark-skinned people. Oh, please don't tell me this ain't.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Huh?
Shit is off. Mine is off. Oh, I'm sorry. He said it's fine. You go ahead and talk.
Oh.
Yeah,
My
that's what he
bad.
was saying. He was saying it's
Okay,
fine. Go ahead and
I
talk.
couldn't hear. My bad. Listen, we getting this shit together. Um, I it's you're right with what you're saying. It's just they want to be the originators and they don't have an original bone in a fucking body. They don't have an original thought. Nothing is their own. They steal it. What they think a magatopia, we talked about this last week. They think magatopia is gonna be this great fucking whites only place. And if you took black people out and put us wherever the fuck you think we supposed to be, and we took every invention with us, y'all would have a dystopia. They don't realize they take a black idea and you slap a white face on it. That's how it was in the music industry. You mean to tell me you want me to realistically believe that four ugly ass crackers is out here sounding like the goddamn Temptations? I don't fucking think so. But that's the type of shit that they would do. They take our stuff. Like you say, you call us inferior, but you go on TikTok and you need our sounds. You need our dances. You need our things that we have in order to fucking thrive. But we're so fucking inferior. If we so fucking inferior, then go to invent the shit. Because remember that time where black people stopped doing dances on TikTok? And you white bitches couldn't motherfucking handle it. You white bitches didn't know what to do with yourself because you couldn't count. You couldn't do an 8 count in your motherfucking head
Boom
to a
Boom Cats was
goddamn
beating
song.
you up.
Y'all lost your minds because you didn't have no fucking content. You don't have content unless you can steal it from black people. Y'all don't have nothing. It is amazing how fucking Susie in Seattle can show you a life hack, but if fucking Shaquan in New Jersey show you some shit, it's ghetto. Y'all have the same name for shit. It's the same situation, but you apply better names to it.
Like you call it art. You call it art.
You call it art. You take our fashion and it's ghetto when we do it, but then when you bitches do it, you'll go sell a fucking do-rag for $1,000.
Streetwear. It's streetwear. That's what they'll call it. But
Yeah,
it's ghetto.
it's streetwear, but it's ghetto when we do it, but it's streetwear when you do it. What the fuck do you bitches know about streetwear any fucking place? That's the thing that gets me. Yo, what the fuck? You don't know nothing about the goddamn street. So why are you wearing streetwear?
And you
They
know,
would survive without us. They would not survive without us. Oh, go ahead.
This might be a controversial hot take, but also the POCs, right? Because they align in whiteness and they do the same. They do similar shit as well. I'm not sure why anything that's black that is put on another body that is not black, y'all eat it up. As a person who watches anime, right? I've never listened to K-pop because I don't need to watch Asians sing R&B for me to like the shit. I can listen to the black people who sing fucking R&B. I don't need to listen to. I don't need to listen to Asian rap because there are niggas who rap. That like they came from niggas. Like, so I'm not sure. Even down to tattoos, you see a white woman with a body, what y'all call it, body art all over. It's body art. She wears pink hair or blue hair. She's artistic. She's artsy. But if we wear blue hair, pink hair, whatever fucking color hair, then it's ghetto, right? Y'all were calling us ghetto bonnet black bitches for forever, and now y'all online talking about how bonnets are for everyone. Braids. Now you gotta have that. Dreads. Like, here you go. Locks.
Yep.
Here you go. It's like we can't have shit. I'm gonna be honest. There's not shit that I don't ever want a seat at the table with white people for multiple reasons. There's no point of I want black people to let go of the fucking chains and shackles of wanting to be a feeling like their success approval comes from being closer to whiteness. Sitting at a table where you're gonna have a muzzle on and nobody likes you at the table or wants you to speak is insane. Black people who have money should be creating a table for black people to sit at the table with them. It's too many black capitalists, right? Too many black people who have a absurd amount of money together. Why would you guys be paying during football camp in the summer, right? Why would y'all be paying to go to the white people gyms where it's enough football players who could have built the fucking gym together?
Exactly. You could do something for us, or there's this narrative that like, and Deontay Kyle talked about this. It's like every kid ain't gonna make it to the NBA. Every kid ain't gonna make it to the NFL. So it's like, why don't you invest in plumbers and electricians and stuff like that, so you can have that within your community, and then we ain't gotta go to white people. We need to have black doctors and have that. But at the same time, the black doctors, once you become the plumber, the dentist, and all that, stay within the community. If you want to move outside the community, okay, but go back to the community and invest in it. You can live wherever the fuck you want to live, but I'm not gonna take my money and go live in a place where if it's a certain time at night, the bitch gonna call the police on me if they don't know that's what, because you don't think that's where I belong. I would take my money, clean it up, or buy me an area or a nice house. Hey, you can gate it up, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, but you can live in a nicer place, but go back and invest in your neighborhood and make that a nicer place, as opposed to always saying we have to take our children out and put them in predominantly white spaces, because once again, you're equating whiteness with being better. And it's not better, because you see how you think white schools are better? Name me a black school that's done got shot the fuck up.
That part.
I'll wait. It's always the white schools with no motherfucking metal detectors, and then it's the fucking moms. Oh, I didn't know anything was wrong with Billy. He was just so quiet. Bitch, your son is out here wearing a goddamn trench coat and three-digit heat, bitch. You know something the fuck is up.
In the defense of white women, I don't think they know what's up. They've never had to parent their own children. They're one generation in. They don't know the fucking.
And that's another thing. You're saying that black people are inferior, and we literally, our ancestors breastfed your fucking kids. So it's okay to have our DNA milk from our fucking, with our DNA in it, to feed your fucking children. That's good. That's okay. But we're the inferior people. How fucking inferior can you be? You can't even feed your own child. You can't even clean your own ass. You can't even clean your ass. So I know you ain't gonna clean your kid's ass. Y'all don't know how to parent. Y'all don't know how to parent your fucking children. They be out here with no shoes on. They be out here licking poles and shit. You nasty motherfuckers. And it's just like, and I hate to see that type of shit because, or like I can't stand to see a especially a white woman explaining to your child why they can't when you say no. Well, I want this right now. Well, no, if you don't sit your ass the fuck down. I'm not explaining as a grown person. I'm not explaining the goddamn thing. I said no. And that's it. But they're too busy. They don't want to parent. They want to be their friend. And then they say that
I don't think they being a friend either. They just having the motherfuckers. They're not a friend either.
And I want to show something because our comment. I want to read some of the comments here. I'm going to read some of the ones that have some of the longer information. B. Davis 47 says it's interesting to hear essay apartheid bastard who found his riches in emerald mines of Africa, saying basically whiteness is needed for America to not be doomed. Leonard Xavier said immigration is more a hot button topic for white people because they fear karma. They fear marginalized people will multiply and get empowered to do this generation what their ancestors did to us. Truth Her says, take your time. The truth is worth the wait. Love the channel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it because we working on it. Alex says, come on, Nikki, not an original bone in their body. Mexico Neil says, they're not like us. They cannot anything weak DNA. B. Davis said, and this is something I'm going to play in a second. He says, I still remember Jenny G and a guy from BTS remaking chicken noodle soup. I was insulting and still am. And I want to show you something because Godfrey had commented on this. I think he posted either yesterday or today. And it kind of pisses me off how y'all don't like us. Y'all call us inferior. Y'all use all of our shit. And y'all want us to y'all want to use our style and our culture for your TikTok videos and shit instead of bringing finance and resources to us. So let's take a look at this video real quick, and I'm going to share my screen. Oh no, that ain't it.
What it is with these Europeans that come into African areas and want to learn some goddamn dance, all right? How about something else? Hey, man, let me come in and show you how to own property. Let me show you how to do this. Something other than a goddamn dance. I'm done with that. That's exactly how they got us and colonized Africa. You let them in, they tricked you, and look at where you're at now. Now, this dude in here, I don't know where he's from. I think he's French. I'm wearing this t-shirt on purpose. I think you learned what France did to you. That's why this man here has changed the game, going, yo, France, you gotta get the f out of our country. You, Mali, shout out to Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso. France has done enough goddamn damage to Africa. And this dude, he's having these little African girls teach him how to do a dance. Man, all that white boy f***ing clownish is not funny anymore. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I'm taking this symbolically, like, why are we teaching them to dance again? And Africans, listen, beautiful, beautiful people, always accepting everybody. While people are suffering in the Congo, people are suffering in Libya, there's slavery in Sudan, all of this genocide because there's so much anti-blackness. Everybody cares about all the other things that are happening, but don't give a shit about Africans. And this is our problem. And at the same time, you got some dude, teach me this dance. How do you do it? How you doing it? Man, I'm so sick of that. You know, I'm a white guy and I don't know what I'm doing, man. Fuck all that. Just is sneaky. I don't like this clown. He bothers me. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can fuck off too. I don't like what he's doing. Enough of that shit. You guys know me, and sometimes I like to shake up the system with my opinions. And I think people are just sometimes oversensitive with certain things. And when I see something that's a little fucked up, I'm going to talk about it because I'm not crazy. I want Africans to stop all that. Somebody comes in the village, say, teach me a dance. You go, get out of here. Huh? We're all about trying to build our financial wealth. We're trying to educate ourselves. We're trying to have better schools. Dance. Africans are the best dancers. They're dope. Enough teaching these people that shit. I think he's a fucking clown. I think he's mocking you all. Yeah. All right. And the next minute he's there like fucking half of you people. Or maybe he wants to date an African girl. Maybe this is a fetish through a dance. I said it. I'm done with that shit. It's time to get real. It's time to wake the fuck up. All right. The world is anti-black as hell, all right? And we need to start being serious. I'm sick of this. And any of you that are black or African want to come against me, we can go at it anytime. I'm ready for the smoke. And you should literally read between the lines. This dude is a clown. And black folks aren't here to be clowned. Enough of that shit. We're not some dancing monkeys for you guys. And as soon as, and then it needs to be the same people just trying to educate themselves better, struggling to get technology, struggling. Yeah, enough of that shit. Go dance somewhere else. Yeah.
And I want to read some of his comments because he got a few people's asses as well. Somebody said, I think this French dude just loves to dance. He came to India too and learned all the dances. He's just trying to make a living on Instagram like all of us. And then,
here you go.
Yeah, and then somebody says, you really just said that. Get out of our space with this nonsense. We don't care what you think. You heard nothing and you are what he is talking about. Then another person had wrote this, why couldn't he learn how to dance? I grew up in France where we naturally share a sense of brotherhood between many cultures at school, in neighborhoods, and through sports. I honestly don't understand your point. And to be fair, the U.S. has far more serious issues with racism, and this constant victimization attitude has become a major problem. And then Godfrey did comment at first, and somebody says, this constant coming into the comment section on a black person's page with an attitude because he speaks on black issues has become a major issue as well. Racism is the reason why some of you are in the comments, and it's not just in the U.S. And people are speaking straight facts to that. And then I wanted to pivot a little bit on this to the farmers as well. Let's take a look at this.
Wilson Jones, he and his brother are sixth-generation lumbermen, owners of Mackey's Ferry Sawmill in North Carolina, and they both voted for Donald Trump all 3 times. And because of the Trump tariffs, they had to shut down their family business of almost 40 years and lay off 50 workers. Now, whenever stories like this come out, there's only one question I wish reporters would ask. Knowing what you know now, would you still vote for Donald Trump again? And this time they did. Watch.
You have any regrets about voting for him? There are some things I regret about voting for President Trump. Yes, 100%. Trade policy is one of them, even though that I wish he could have moderated his tone. Well, I understand you have to do one thing to get elected and then something else, but I wish it hadn't turned out that way. That being said, given the 2 people running, regardless of what they said on the campaign trail, I would have voted for President Trump.
I don't necessarily. There you fucking go, bitch.
Came out that that's what he was going to fight for. And knowingly that would affect us probably because the only place to really ship a volume of lumber was either Vietnam or China. And so it's going to affect us. But I don't, outside of not voting, I don't think I had a choice to vote any other direction.
And this is why I roll my eyes when people say that Kamala Harris didn't connect with the working class, because the working class is literally out here saying that they would vote for Trump again after losing everything because of him. At some point, folks need to accept that the issue wasn't Kamala's message. The issue is who certain people are willing to hear it from. And that's a conversation a lot of people aren't ready to have.
And I'm gonna go in the comments because this video I know we about to go in. Somebody said, we about to go in on both of these. So somebody said racism and /sexism is expensive. Another person says, just admit it, they would never vote for a woman of color. Another person says, zero sympathy for these folks. And then this person says, for him, the sexism and racism he clearly still stands by would win out every time, no matter what. He only regrets he is harmed. This is the impenetrable ceiling for progress and change. The decision between a competent woman and a circus clown was easy for him. Circus clown, final answer. So this is the shit I've been talking about. That's why I told people I don't feel sorry for a lot of these farmers losing their shit. Oh, fucking well, lose your shit, because you mean to tell me, and we talked about the farmers quite a few times. I think one of our clips on Instagram before Meta Magas trying to like ban our shit for racist people on there. It has, I think, 250,000 views. It's called Cock-a-doodle-doo, bitch. Go bankrupt. And we coming out with that merch soon. But the thing that gets me about this is that in 2016, the same shit happened with the farmers. We spoke about this before. And a lot of farmers lost their farms. Not all of them, but some. And they were bought up by the oligarchs. Now, and that was the first instance. Then they seen what happened on January 6th. And was like, oh, that's not nothing major. That's not nothing that's going to be a big problem for me. Then came the election, and he was sitting there talking about he's going to get rid of the immigrants and get rid of all these things and blah, blah, blah. And you still voted for racism. You still voted for sexism. And I keep telling everybody, me growing up in Kansas and Missouri, these white folks, if they would chop off their own foot, if they could see that some black people would not get any of these benefits or privileges. And this is exactly what we're talking about. That's why I don't feel sorry for the asses. I don't care if J.D. Vance buy up every goddamn farmland. I don't care if Warren Buffett or whoever buys up their shit. I don't care that he sent $40 billion to Argentina. I don't care. And Trump, I think it was on CNN, and somebody asked Trump, she says, do you believe that this is what the voters voted for? And he was like, yeah, they did. And this video right here is a clear example of that shit, because no matter what Kamala would have said or anybody, they want to hear from a white man who's a pedophile, who sleeps with underage children, who is a 34 convicted felon, who grifts people, who lies, who cheats, who steals, who sexual assault grown women on camera saying they're grabbing by the pussy. They will still vote for that. That's why I said when they talk about these farmers going to go to the food banks, oh, well, take your ass to that food bank. I hope you got a good box. What do you think?
First, he literally stood there. Imagine racism. Like I said, racism is expensive. It's always been expensive. The only difference is white people can't afford the price tag no more.
That is.
It's always been expensive. White people can't afford the price tag no more. But y'all still willing to lose it the fuck all to keep, because you don't want to follow a black woman. We are in this predicament right now because they can't get over the fact that a nigga was president 8 years in a row. They can't get over that fact. And we are suffering for that, because that to them was losing. To lose the presidency to a black person, that was white. That was the beginning of the crumbling of white supremacy. To have a black man as the leader of the free fucking world. They cannot get over that. You lost a family farm, 40 years in your fucking family. And he really sat there and said that if I had a choice between a black woman and Donald Trump, I will vote for Donald Trump again. And for any of y'all, I understand that you may see Kamala Harris as a person of color. That woman is how you are phenotypically looked at in this world. She is a black fucking woman. Yes, she is part Indian, but she is South Asian. How the fuck you want to do it? But when you go on a motherfucking job application, she's checking black, okay? That is how she identifies. She is a black woman. So for all you niggas and all you, oh, but she's not black. Yes, the fuck she is. And y'all would rather this world crumble than to take leadership from black people when it still has been proven time and time again that we are the leaders. That if you listen to us, how is it that y'all take our movements? You take our thoughts. If we're so inferior, if we're so unintellectual, why do you take our thoughts? Why do you take our inventions? Why do you take everything that we create if it is so bad? Why do you take it? Why do you steal it? If it's not worthy of stealing, if it's not worthy of rebranding and recreating, it is. You would lose everything. Racism has always been expensive, but you crackers can't afford the fucking price tag, and you're not gonna be satisfied until you are homeless and hungry and nothing. And let me tell you something, Christian people, whatever the fuck you people running in bread lines, y'all want how MAGA want documentation. Show me the papers, bitch. Show me that voter registration. Because I guarantee if that bitch say Republican, I ain't giving you a goddamn piece of food.
Amen.
I ain't giving you no canned goods. I ain't giving you shit. If y'all so happy about your fucking racism, why y'all not wearing them red hats in them fucking food lines? Because I know I can guarantee you that a good 80% of you motherfuckers in them lines are MAGA. Y'all are fucking MAGA because the majority of people on food stamps are white. And they fucking MAGA. So why y'all ain't wearing that hat now? Now that you got your fucking handout, the same people that don't like handouts, now you got your fucking handout, but you ain't got that red hat on. Nah, bitch, I want to see the red hat when you asking me for the handout. So I can tell you, fuck you to your face. And I'm not giving you shit. You can call me unchristian, like I don't give a fuck. I hope every last one of them motherfuckers starve to death. I hope you, if you, to all y'all that's done ended it. Oh, I committed suicide. Hey, no shade to anybody going through no shit like that. But when it's that particular case, hey, do what the fuck you gotta do, cause you essentially killed your fucking self. Yep. You essentially voted for your fucking demise because you don't want to listen. You rather not listen to a nigga. A nigga could come tell you, hey, I'm gonna put some money in your pocket. I'm gonna
Baby,
make sure you got a roof over your head. I'm gonna make sure your business can function. No, but you
That's
voted for
literally what she said.
for a fucking white man who don't give a fuck about you, an illiterate white man at that. That's how you know rich money can fuck y'all up. Donald Trump is illiterate. That man cannot read. He can't fucking read. And I am convinced that the minute niggas learn how to read, white people stop. Because y'all education been fucked up ever since. The minute niggas learn how to read, white people stop. Y'all stop. That's when think about it. Because now all of a sudden, especially poor white trash, they hate educated people. Why you hate educated people? Because when y'all was the only ones that could read and write, then it was okay. Education was okay. But then when black people learn how to read and can function better, because we always been smart. But as long once we learn how to read, y'all check the fuck out. Y'all are in these broke bitch ass states and talking about Democrats when it's the blue states that are fucking funding you. I live in a red state. Y'all, let me tell you something. Take all the money out this motherfucker. Go ahead, it's fine.
That part.
Go ahead. I live in a red state. I am in Florida. Take this motherfucking money, bitch. Don't put no money. Don't put no more money in here. Don't put nothing else in here. Take all the blue states. Take all your fucking money, and let's see what happens. Just like that, you showed that. Oh, Donald Trump. Please, come save us. Save you from what, bitch? You know good and goddamn well all you fucking eat is Bud Light, bologna, and fucking Velveeta, and you ain't even gonna be able to afford that shit in a minute. But you want Trump to come and save you? That man, he's the reason why you are where the fuck you are. He wants us dead. He wants poor people fucking dead. Literally dead. And like I said, the narrative that black people, y'all always love get a job and get off public assistance. First of all, y'all need that narrative that black people are on public assistance more than white people because you are ashamed that y'all are a waste of whiteness. Poor white trash is a waste of whiteness. That is what y'all are. Y'all are a pure waste of your fucking whiteness, and you are mad about being a waste of whiteness. Because in your mind, you have been taught that you are guaranteed everything in life solely because you are white. And when you see other people who are not white, especially black women, getting more than you are outraged at the fact that people like Kamala Harris exist. Because how dare a black woman have more than you? How dare she have more intellect? How dare she have more class and status than you poor white trash ass people? So you would rather continue to be poor white trash because I don't give a fuck. The poorest white man would never trade places with the richest black man. And it's a reason for that. And if you ask them why, and they can't tell you, you done already gave us the fucking answer. You know good and well why you wouldn't. Because the privilege that comes with that. Mm-hmm. The privilege that comes with being white. Even if you're poor, there's still a certain level of privilege that comes in your skin. Comes with your skin tone.
Crazy. And you know what gets me, the one thing that also gets me about that is that when I see shit like that, and I'm like, okay, they're like, well, they want us to feel sorry for. I said, but y'all don't want empathy and sympathy. We talked about this numerous times. I said, how the hell do you sit here and vote for your family to go into poverty, to lose your farm, to lose everything because you don't want to see another race of people or another type of religious people or anything get those benefits? There's something. That's why I kept saying. Something is wrong with them. I said, and if you want to be honest with it, and I don't care how people feel about it, I think that a lot, not all, because I have whites in my family, some good white folks, so I know. But I said majority of them is the downfall of the United States. I said without immigrants keeping this shit up, we would not be where we are right now. I said you can go to any company right now. You go to your IT department. Who's running the shit out of that IT department? Probably some Indians. Who's running the shit out of that finance department? Some Asians. Who's running the operations of that fucking company and got y'all sales up? Some blacks. While the white folks is like, well, I want to be a manager. What you would not believe how many times I have sat here, and I think we talked about different like jobs and our backgrounds and stuff. But I said you would not believe how many times I have seen Maria and Shaquita, who's been at a company for 10 to 15 years respectively, have degrees, have the experience, good with the CEOs, But they still did, because they could not find a white dude, they would go outside the company and they would create a program called a manager and training program to train up a mediocre white dude just to surpass the Asian and black woman that's been there. I have seen that shit so many times, and that burns me to my core. And then his ass comes into the company and he actually puffing out his chest like he's doing something. I'm like, dude, you don't even have the fucking degree to be in this department. Are you serious? I said, they went out there to find a white dude to surpass these people who were qualified for the job so your ass can be here and puff up your chest. When I was in Kansas, Missouri, that's all you seen was either a cousin of a brother or a brother of a friend or a frat person or somebody that, as long as it was white, they didn't care. But when it came to doing the work, it was always an Asian. It was always a Indian. It was always a black person. It was always a Middle Eastern person. It was always everybody else doing the fucking job for them. And that's just that. And even at my last company, and I can't talk about it, but at my last company I was working for, they hired this white dude. When I tell you, this motherfucker did not know what he was doing. You would tell him, okay, well, what system? Well, I've never used that system before. Well, I don't. Well, dude, is that how you use it? Well, I said, well, don't you have your certificate to use the system? You were trained on it. Well, yeah, but I don't know. I was like, senior fucking vice president.
Mm-hmm. They don't, and then you can't even be a black person in corporate America, let alone a black woman in corporate America, and be good at your job. Because the moment you are good at your job, white women are automatically fucking.
They're threatened.
And one thing about me that I make it a point to do is I let them know up front, I speak your fucking language. I'm fluent in white people, but you ain't gonna never be fluent in nigga. I can have a conversation with a black person, and y'all know what the fuck we talking about. But I make it a point to, even in my emails, I can be very simple, but no, I'm going to let you know that I can speak that way because now I've put you in a position where you have to talk directly to me. You can't talk at me, or you can't talk about me. You got to talk to me, because once they know you speak their language, now they're more careful. And they also don't like when we don't give them, when they can't read us, especially in corporate America. White people don't like when they can't read us in general, but they don't like when they can't read us in corporate America, because it is always a white person's job to figure out what type of nigga are you. Are you the type of nigga that we can say some shit in front of and you gonna let? Are you a Sambo nigga, or are you a real nigga? They need to know. And when you don't give it, because one thing about me, I'm not gonna tell you which one I am. This a crapshoot, bitch. You gonna have to say it, and then you gonna find out what type of time I'm on when you say what you got to fucking say, because you're not gonna get nothing from me. When you a black woman in corporate America, you either the mammy, the sassy black comedian, or you the angry black woman.
You also can't do you also not allowed to do your job that well, because when they act like you're doing like you're cheating the system,
like you cheating.
They gonna be over watching everything you do, writing you up, over auditing you. That shit get really. And I don't know if it's a thing where they think you coming for that job. It's like, bitch, I don't even. And mind you, we can do that shit in our sleep. Whatever job a black person gets, we usually can do that shit in our sleep.
Exactly.
So I'm just doing I'm gonna do the bare minimum for white people, regardless, right?
Yes.
But my bare minimum is surpassing their highest white. And so now we gotta figure out what the fuck is Janae doing at that desk, right?
Yes.
And it's like, I can't slow this shit down no more than I'm
already doing
it as is.
Or like, God forbid we be more efficient with some shit. God forbid we come up with an idea that's more efficient. You motherfuckers will talk about it like, oh well, no, we don't need to do it, and then go around and implement it, or act like you fucking came up with it. So you absolutely right. When I get on these crackers, the bare fucking minimum, and like she said, if your bare minimum is surpassing the highest white, then that's a problem within your shit. I think I talked about this. I told you I had a boss who I know at the time was making my salary. I walked in that motherfucking office and that bed was like this, and I'm like, "You okay?" He couldn't figure out how to rotate the fucking PDF, so he just looking at me like this. But this motherfucker is making more. This motherfucker is making more money than me.
And we're supposed to assume that that's superior to us.
That's fucking superior. Like this is the shit. It's like, y'all have no logic. It's like white people will run into the motherfucking point Bugs Bunny style, like cartoon style, through the fucking wall. And still miss the motherfucking point. Y'all be head first in that bitch and fucking miss the point. And don't dare let black women congregate, because now you thinking this is the version of the nigga craft, and we doing some fucking witchcraft and bitchetry type shit, because the nigger bitches are uniting. There must be they're fucking plotting, because y'all will separate the fuck. Let two black women go to lunch together and they work in the same department. I guarantee you one of them bitches getting transferred the fuck out, because we can't have that, because you know what? We are only there to serve fucking Jenny in accounting when she having some boyfriend troubles and I gotta listen to this bitch, or when it's a fucking potluck, you want to make sure I'm bringing fucking collard greens and cornbread. Fuck you, Susie. You know what? You bitches are getting fried chicken from Publix. Fuck you.
Amen.
And they do this thing. Some jobs are very close. They're like, we're like a family here. And like, okay, well, I'm not white, so this is actually not my family. Like, no job in general. And that is also offensive to them. It's like, we're in Zoom calls and y'all talking about kidney transplant. I don't know you motherfuckers, right? I'm here. Let's go over the data and let's get out this motherfucker. I don't.
They don't like
They're asking
your
favorite. They're doing what is it, like the little teasers before the meeting? Like, everybody say what's your favorite movie and why. Why? Y'all niggas don't need to know my favorite color, my favorite movie, and shit like that for me to do my job. I don't have to fucking be friends with nobody.
And they take a personal affront. They take a personal affront to you not wanting to tell your business, because again, it goes back to them needing to know who you are. Yes. They need to know what type of black person you are. So they need to know what type of movie you like. They need to know what food they need to know, and then they take it personal. When I used to work at a bank, and this the fucking white bitch, one thing about racist white people, they live forever. So the bitch probably still living. I hope she did. But I think she might not be. But she will always be like, and I would hate it, because them tap dancing ass niggas would come, hey, Miss Mary. It was so plantation. I would hate that shit. It was so fucking plantation. And she would hate the people would come in there. Oh, you should smile more. You should do. I'm like, do you want me to count this money out to you, or do you want me to smile? Because at the end of the day, I got to balance this shit. I don't give a fuck about your house. I don't give a fuck about your dog, your cat, nothing. I don't care. I got a line full of people. I'm trying to get you in the fuck out so I can get the next person. I don't care. I used to have this fucking cool ass black bitch come up here, and she went and told on me, oh, she's not personable. She don't smile, because I didn't want to figure out every payday. I didn't want to sit at my desk and have to figure out how much she owed Jesus and her fucking hairdresser. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. How much you withdrawing today? 500? How do you want it? Other than that, I don't give a fuck. This whole thing with people having to smile and do that. As a patron, I don't want to be in that motherfucker. So I know as a worker, you don't want to be in that motherfucker. So I'm not going to sit here as black woman, a black person. I'm not going to be like, oh, you just not. Now, granted, if you know you got a job to do and you just straight up got an attitude, I'm like, hey, you might need to call out today, because you still got to be professional with your shit. But if I walk into a store and you busy and you doing your fucking job, I don't give a fuck. I'm in there to get what the fuck I need and get the fuck out. I already know they ain't paying you enough to sit here and talk to me. They not paying you enough to do that shit. And the reason why I know they ain't paying you enough, because I don't want to work here.
Amen.
But one thing about white people, you got to greet them. I saw a video with this white bitch where she literally goes into Target, into these places, and she films workers, particularly black workers, because they don't speak to her. And then she goes and reports them to fucking corporate.
That's crazy.
You know
what? I want to pivot to the coon section, since we already talking about cooning already. and I want to show you, this white girl pretty much broke it down, and then I want to show you an update on the black guy that got unalived by that white girl. So we're going to take a look at that, because there was a lot of good developments that happened recently. And we'll watch the first video.
My weirdest dating stories from Chicago was going on a date with a light-skinned black man who was incredibly racist towards black people. And when I say racist, I mean like I could have been on a date with a KKK member, knowing damn well this man had darker skin. This man was raised by a white mom who would not let him get protective styles because it, quote, looked too ethnic. And she also had Americana decor, which is basically just like black people as decorations around her house. Fucking nightmare fuel. We're on this date and he looks around and he goes, yeah, we don't want to be here too late. There's some really seedy people around here. And I looked at him with my jaw just completely dropped. It was almost entirely black people at this event, which just was a complete coincidence. It was my first time being on a date with somebody who was racist and was a person of color. So I was like, I don't agree. I feel safe. Like, I don't know why you would say something like that. And then he just started to get mad at me for like not seeing the true danger of the situation. The entire situation was really bizarre and I ended up obviously not texting him again. But point being, white moms of mixed kids are really fucking these people up. Like, this is really sad for them to grow up with that sort of hatred of their own skin. My weirdest dating stories.
And I'm gonna read some of her comments here. Somebody said, should we call Child Protective Services to do a wellness check on Jillian Michaels' kiddos? I would too. Somebody said, yeah, my kids are biracial and they say the same thing. They're friends with white mamas. Let's just say we are not the same. Another person says, I cringe every time I see a white couple with a black kid. I just know they're being taught not to see color and racism doesn't exist. And another person says they're definitely projecting their hate for the child's other parent onto the child mass's race. And there was a development. So you remember this was a story that came out a few months ago where this white woman killed her black mandingo BBC fetish, right? And so recently, they just released her without any charges. I'm just like, may he rest in his preference. Because the shit that gets me about stuff like that is that I can tell you, being from Kansas and Missouri, I tell people just the Midwest in general, and just knowing what my other friends went through. I said those motherfuckers out there are crazy. You be having, I call them WWs. They will be cooning they coon for crackers. They will be like, yes, sir, boss, yes, sir, man. I'm looking at them like, dude, if you don't get your ass to your desk and do your job. And then one thing I also was paid attention to is like, we know how to read black people. You can tell some black people that's really trying to be white. And I'm like, okay, that person you need to watch out for. And what used to get me is that, you have the mothers of work. You always have that motherly person or the aunties. She's like, oh, baby, well, he's just this. No, that motherfucker's a coon. I said, y'all got to quit telling him everything that y'all doing over here. Oh, y'all figure out a way to clock in this way. Or y'all figure out a way to do this with the paperwork and stuff. I said, because as soon as that motherfucker want a promotion or something, or as soon as something happened, he's going to turn on y'all. Sure enough, he went back to the higher-ups and told them everything that all the black people were doing. He went back and told them everything that the Latin people were doing, and still didn't get the damn promotion. And then when the white folks turned on his ass, he then comes back to us like, oh, well, I said, you can get your ass away from me. Oh, well, there's a problem. I said, it's always been a problem. I said, it's just so hard for you to see that. You're so busy trying to coon for these motherfuckers. They don't like you at all. They used you for information. You gave them that information. Now your time is up. What do you guys think?
As far as the white mom thing goes, somebody did have a great comment when they said, even if they're raising their child correctly, they're raising that child like, lovingly, not anti-black, so to speak. They're going to be teaching them that racism doesn't exist or they don't see color, right? So they're not going to get the real exposure of what it's like to really be black in a black atmosphere, or even how to engage with other black people, so to speak, besides textbook. But what I will say is that the white mother thing happens because white women are fetishizing black men, but they hate black women. So like when they have mixed daughters that are black phenotypically, like that you can visibly see they're a black woman, they treat those daughters like shit because they hate black women. And as far as even having a biracial mixed son, it's just a fetishization of why they're even with the black man. So they don't care about black men either. So having a lighter skinned black son, a curly haired curly fried freak, whatever he is to her, to the white lady who had that video, that mom probably hates him too because, he's
Yeah.
not completely a black man. You get what I'm saying? To her,
Yeah.
her fetishization of a black man, a darker skin tone, big black cock, whatever they be having in their mind about black men. And I do just want to, I'm gonna just land my plane saying this: white women as well as Latinx women and all across the POC spectrum. Everybody has been talking about black women being single mothers and we just don't know what to do with these niggas. And look at y'all ass. Y'all been fucking them and they been leaving y'all in the dust back to fucking back. And so
Yep.
shout out to black men for making their preference single fucking mothers too. You deserve it.
Yeah. That's exactly it. 'Cause y'all think y'all so much better than us. And then this is the thing that I want a lot of these black men, especially the ones that date white women out of spite. You need to understand, you need to stop and think, why is that white woman with you? Because if you're with that white woman because at one point you like black women, but the black women you like didn't like you in return. And instead of you having the emotional intelligence to say that's just a few black women and not all black women, now you hate black women. That's fine. But I don't give a fuck what none of y'all say. The majority of them white women, Asian, Latino, and anything the fuck underneath after that, if they have their respective male counterparts, they wouldn't even be talking to you. If that white woman could be with the white men that didn't reject her, she wouldn't even be fucking with you. Y'all are both rebounds of rejection, bouncing the fuck off of each other. Because if that white woman could have a white man she really wanted, she wouldn't be with your fucking dusty nigga ass.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't be with you. She wouldn't be with you. Them Latino women you want, if they could have a Latino man that they really wanted them in return, they wouldn't be fucking with you. Same thing with the Asians. If they could fucking Jude like they wanted to, if Jude wanted them in return, bitch,
That part.
she'd be cooking that nigga fried rice, not you.
That part.
Y'all be on some bullshit. Y'all think West black women, we don't give a fuck.
Hey,
Go ahead on and date.
Your sound is like, your sound's messed
I don't
up.
know what's going on with my sound now, y'all. I'm sorry. Hold on.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read some of the comments though.
Okay.
Everybody, thanks for commenting. And also, if any of you, again, would like to be on the show, like when we're having this live conversation, all means send an email to FTP podcast with your email, and then we will send you an invite on there, and then we'll let you join the conversation as well. Remember, this show is not for us; it's for you. It's for the people podcast, and we want to make sure that everybody has their opinion. Also, if you don't want to do that, you can continue to write in the comments as well. I do be reading the comments, and there was another person, Tough Love Indigo says, trust and believe they're in the bushes in this live right now are the algorithms programmed to do so on automation, just waiting for some shit and punking them. She's right. And then another person said, logical sister, sorry, no lies told. And this is what we, and one thing that used to get me about, and we have a lot of light skin in our family. Like some of our cousins are so white they don't even look black. That 3-generation rule is really true because my cousins, they're so busy. Oh, they got to be light skinned. Oh, they got to have good hair. Oh, they got to have this. They got to have pretty eyes. They have the, and so they dated white, but the white moms, our cousins and their friends, they have bad hygiene. I said, y'all smell like ass, dude. And some of y'all smell like wet dog. I hate to say it. At the bar, how you doing?
Mixed with a parliament or a Camel smoke cigarette.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah. And but on the black mother side with the white father, our cousins that are mixed, they have good hygiene. They have good manners as well. So you can tell the difference because when we have our light-skinned family members or our white acting family members with the white mothers, they be talking back to them. I said, this is a family that you don't do that in front of grandma because grandma will put you through a wall. She don't care how white your ass is. You will get put through that wall. Our uncle will put you through that wall. And they would do shit like that. But when you see the black mother that's raising a light-skinned child, it's their mannerisms and their cleanliness is at a different level. It's at a higher peak. And I don't mean to be mean or say stuff to people like that, but that's just the facts. And this is in my family as well, and this is in my other friends' family as well. And everybody talks about it. And we don't want to hurt people's feelings because you know how white folks get in the family. They get overly offended and they want to be victims. And I'm like, you guys, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it is what it is at this point, you know? It is what it is at this point. So I want to go to pivot to another topic. We know we have our favorite segment. I will vote for
Donald Trump.
And as you know, there was a few ice raids that happened. So I want to show you some of these ice raids that happened recently, and we're going to take a look at this. And sorry.
Brin, por favor, ya, Brin. Okay, go, Jasmine. Jasmine. Brin, por favor, ya. Brin. Ya, okay. He's gonna let you. Ya, Brin, por favor, ya, Brin. Por favor.
Espéreme, está bien, yo me entrego.
Ya. Ya, Brin. Ay, dude.
Brian, suéltate, güey. Por favor, Brian, por favor, Brian. Brian.
No, ya, déjate, Brin, porque te van a hacer de nuevo. Okay. Jasmine, get out the way.
And I want to read some of the comments before I go to the next video. Somebody said, but pedophile presidents and rich white men literally go unscathed. Another person says, 2 cops and several people watching, we outnumber them. That's facts. And then another person says, really, these wicked cops are still putting their freaking knees on folks' necks? Freaking shame. And then here's the next video. Let's take a look at this.
No. She was behind the property. She was behind the line. And they're trying to stop her.
And somebody said all ICE agents really need the Kirk special. Another person says we got to start making sure we bring enough people to defend our people because they are luring people in. One person, they wrote a whole paragraph. Has anyone gotten worried about this girl? Is she okay? It's outrageous they are doing this to minors. You can clearly tell she's underage, and to grab her when she's clearly in the road and bring her on the property and be on top of her like that, it's ridiculous and disgusting. Who knows what they are doing to people they are taking? It's getting to the point where something actually needs to be done. The posts are clearly not enough. Kids are being taken from their families, and it's just out of hand. I don't get how anyone could do that job and really live with themselves and be happy afterwards. It's sickening. And then this is another one. This was in an Uber. Take a look.
Hey, don't get out, man. Don't get out. Yo, there's no way this is happening. Yo, they just took the Uber driver. Yeah, dude. I'm a U.S. citizen. I'm a U.S. citizen. That's all you need to know.
And somebody said, this just means that Lyft and Uber are sharing information with federal agents to target drivers. Another person said, good on him for telling her, though. And then somebody said, it still blows my mind when I see black and brown people doing this to other black and brown people. The level of self-hatred must be off the charts. And then one last video. And as we stated before, we know that, you know, you're going to have, and I told everybody this before, we're going to have issues where we're seeing the ICE killer who was taking people and it was torturing them in the basement and stuff. I promise you, you're going to see an HBO special or a Netflix special that's going to be showing this. So let's take a look at this last video.
Lorenzo. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
How can I help you?
Search warrant.
What is it for?
You got a search warrant. It's right here. Open up. Everybody on the ground. Let's go. Let's go. Go. How many people in the house? Go.
It's my mom, my kids,
Everybody.
And so I just want us to move this out the way. Sorry. I just want to talk about that because what gets me about that is you guys know that ICE is after you guys. And there was a recent incident that happened at UCFS, which is University of California. And what happened is they waited for the kids to come out of the classroom, and then they went over there and they just start throwing them on the ground and throwing them in vans. And I said, y'all are too comfortable. It's like y'all not paying attention to your surroundings. These people ain't playing with y'all. They would drag your ass out the car. We played a video, 2 weeks ago, where the man was literally having a seizure. They didn't give a shit about nothing. They snatched the kid by the hair, snatched the kid on the ground, and snatched his big ass and threw him on the ground having a seizure. They don't care. Y'all got to figure out how to organize better. I said, because, even with the black people, I was talking about this the other day where, they've been having like a lot of these racial incidents. I said, why do y'all keep going to places by yourselves? Are y'all stupid? Do y'all not? And this is a problem with not knowing your history. Are the parents or grandparents not teaching your history? These white folks is crazy. These ICE agents is crazy. They're not playing with y'all. So what do y'all think?
I want to go back to the beginning of this really quickly because I have two feelings about this. So, do I think what's happening is fucking crazy? Absolutely. Let me just start with that fucking disclaimer. This shit is sick. But I want y'all to think if Donald Trump had been campaigning saying, yeah, we get niggas back in the field, right? We're going to restart slavery. Niggas would not have voted to be slaves again. So I'm just giving you a comparison because if that nigga didn't campaign on shit, all he talked about was mass deportation. And their numbers, fuck that it was anti-black, and they was thinking we the immigrants and that we're the people that were going to be affected. They didn't care enough about their own fucking family. And let me just be very clear. When people say, well, undocumented people couldn't vote, didn't vote, we fucking know that. Their family, their abuela, the TTs of their fucking community voted for them to be deported or have this weird shit fucking happening.
Yeah.
The second part that I want to tie in is just a conflicting emotion that I go through because I see these videos and it goes back to people constantly saying this is not the America I know. I'm staring at fucking black because this is the only fucking America that I ever fucking known. And so when people see these videos and it's like, I just can't, this is so sick. Children are being slammed on the ground and shit. Trayvon Martin, I can list of what black kids in my fucking neighborhood, and we always will stand up for those kids. It don't even matter if you know what the hell is going on. But this is not fucking new here. I'm not sure why white people thought. Maybe because you've been able to be unscathed for so many centuries in this fucking country. So shout out to Felon 47 showing your asses that you too can be poor as fucking dirt and he doesn't give a fuck about anybody but one percenters. But to watch people see these videos of, we talk about the Charlie Kirk comment or, the videos of brown people being harmed and it's gut wrenching to them. Where was the gut wrenching shit when y'all saw it happening to black people for fucking centuries? Because we are the litmus test. Had anybody given a fuck about what was happening to black American citizens from the fucking inception of this country, it would not be happening to you now. Everything that is being fucking done. I know y'all missing the lesson because y'all keep getting in comment sections talking about 1930s Germany. Where the fuck did he get his playbook from? From fucking Jim Crow. We have always been the litmus test, and people are still failing the fucking test today, skipping over historical context of this shit being tested out on us, the fucking test group. And now you are reaping the benefits. I mean, you're reaping the repercussions. You're seeing the repercussions of never giving a fuck about black bodies. And now brown ones are being harmed. Now white ones are being harmed economically and so on and so forth. But that is because you never gave a fuck about black people.
And Janae, I want to piggyback off that.
Yep.
We had a Jewish lady. This is when I was in high school. We had a Jewish lady visit us, right? And she said pretty much, she says, when you look at it, she says Hitler was one man. She said, that's one man. She says he had a few cronies up there. Okay, you have 100, 200 people. She said, that wasn't the people you had to worry about. She says it was your friends and family members sitting right next to your ass who was calling the Gestapo on us, who really never loved us to begin with, who sold us out so they could feed their families and stuff. She said that was the people you had to worry about, people that we raised their kids, we helped them with things. She said they just turned on us. They seen benefits. They seen that they were going to get this superior race title. They seen that they was going to get these promotions. She said family members that they had Jewish Germans in their family. She said they literally, after they sold us out, they took our memorabilia, they took our art, they took our monies out of our accounts and everything, saying they were going to help us out of it. And they sat there and they took all that and put the house also in their name as well. She said, that's the people you have to worry about. And so this is what gets me, is that just what you said, you have people in the United States, when they seen it happening to black people, it was, oh, they should have just complied. When I hear that shit come from another Latin or Asian or something like that, I laugh my fucking ass off, because we played a video last week where that Asian lady was talking about, oh, you know, we got to come together, and Asian people, where the fuck was y'all at when everything was happening to us for decades? Now you guys are being deported. Now there's a problem. Go ahead, Nikki.
It's just like y'all don't give a fuck, and then you get mad when black people tell you in return, we don't. I'm not you. You can't pay me to give a fuck about y'all. I'm not gonna do it. I don't, because again, like Janae said, we're the litmus test. Where the fuck was y'all? I am so tired of every time black people call out people of color, every time we call out white people, oh, you're being divisive. But you benefit from the division. When division, it ain't nothing. When the Asians are getting the small business loans, when the Cubans are getting the fucking small business loans, that's the divisiveness, because black people, our ancestors fought and died for you to even get that shit. So it's divisive when we point it out. It's that when we point out the fact that you're benefiting from the fucking division. So you'll call black people divisive for pointing out that you benefit from the fact, oh, now Latino bodies are compromised out there. So now all of a sudden it's time for black and brown to come together. But any other time you want black over here and you want brown over there when it fucking benefits you. Act like you brown motherfuckers wasn't in bombing black people's houses when they was moving in your fucking neighborhood because you didn't want no niggas in there. So y'all it's only you want unity when white people are against you is when you want the fucking unity. But when some giving you the opportunity and not giving black people the opportunity, then it's fuck black people as long as you getting the fucking opportunity. So no, fuck that. Y'all like, especially being in Miami, especially being in fucking Cuban town, which is Trump's America, which is the fucking Miami version of Cuba. Fuck you, motherfuckers, and it's gonna always be fuck you, motherfuckers, and I don't care how you feel about. Because y'all be the main ones that act like the minute your touches the goddamn sand, all of a sudden you don't need no fucking help. You don't get food. You got a fucking successful business overnight, and you did it the right way. We did everything the right way. No, bitch. The only reason because of black people, and the quicker you learn that, the better off you're gonna be. If it wasn't for niggas, you couldn't even fucking step foot in here. You could not come here. I don't give a fuck. People of color, y'all niggas with accents. That's the fuck it. All y'all see is niggas with accents. That's the fuck it. You talk, if you're Latino or whatever that fuck you got a Spanish accent. You're fucking Indian, you got a goddamn Indian accent. Patel, you got a goddamn accent, okay? Fernando, a motherfucking accent, okay? Juntao, you a nigga with a motherfucking accent, bitch. That's all y'all are, is with accents.
Happy shrimp.
You ain't no fucking better than us. That's it. You a nigga with an accent that can make some goddamn fried rice. That's the fuck it. Y'all know better than us, but you want to act like you better than us. No, fuck that. I ain't marching for you. For what? Because Martin, what Black Lives Matter? Oh, well, we were there. What the fuck? You want us to play Where's Waldo with you Mexican motherfuckers? Because that's what the fuck we gonna be doing.
Yes.
Don't act like a full fucking force. We played that video a long time ago when the National Guard was over there in LA and them motherfucking that cop a nigga, a hard ER.
Nigga, that's so
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Y'all was calling him a nigga, but then I have never seen a fucking group of people of color that want to say nigga so bad they dick is hard. They get so fucking mad that they can't say nigga, but they will get out, they will break, we call essay. If we say something, then it's a fucking problem. Why does it bother? Why do white people black need to say nigga? I understand what white people's problem with that is. The thing with white people is they can't get over the fact that we took that word from them. Because if that's the one creation white people got, nigger. That's the one thing you motherfuckers came up with. Took it from you, and we reclaimed ownership amongst ourselves. And you can't fathom the fact that the one thing you created, niggas took from you. Now you know how to fucking feel. That's why y'all want to be able to say it, because you want to take that ownership back. It burns black people up, white people up, that it doesn't have the same sting that it once had because we took it from you. To take that word. Don't get it fucked up. Because if you come in our face and you say the A or the hard ER, you're getting fucked up. Don't make no mistake about that. Don't get that shit twisted. We took the power, but if you still say the shit, you're getting knocked the fuck out. Just be prepared for that shit. You still can't say it.
I wanted us, we're running out of time. I wanted us to speak about the Epstein files, but we'll do that on the Wednesday episode. There's a lot of stuff that has came about from that. As you kind of see, we've seen Megyn Kelly with her old 50-year-old face and 80-year-old fucking neck out here talking about, no, they're consenting and stuff. You see people on Dean Withers with his, whatever he is. Dean
live stream.
Yeah, he was talking to somebody and they were sitting there explaining that, why
is child rape bad?
Yeah, why is child rape bad? So we're going to talk about that, but that'll be Wednesday. We are going to go live on Wednesday, you guys. So it's usually on Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So whatever time zone you're in, that'll be the time we're on there. We will have some of these clips on here as well. We do appreciate that as well, but we're going to go into some of our clips of the day just to go out of the show. We always like to end on a positive note or some funny stuff. So we are going to take a look at a few video clips and photos. And the first one we're going to take a look at is this one. This is actually a real painting that was hung up in Epstein's house. This was in his estate. Okay.
What?
Yes. Real photo. This is real. This was in his estate. There's so much that's coming out about these Epstein files that's interesting. That's why I said we are definitely going to be talking about it on Wednesday. Another thing is somebody said European Americans can see UFO invasions, Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, aliens, Jesus and toast, but can't see racism or white privilege. Let that sink in for a little bit. This is another one.
The low key they used the wrong person on that picture.
And then somebody said a reminder: Pete Hesses was kicked out of the National Guard in 2021 for white supremacy tattoos. Now, this is the guy that can barely do a fucking push-up and who is now the head of our entire military. Let that sink in. When we talk about white privilege, this is exactly what we're talking about. Flagged by fellow soldiers as possible insider extremist threat, his superiors decided his tattoos were representative of white national and racism. This is what. So when you're on the plane, this is what the pilots see. And I wish I didn't see this video, but I knew that they had low visibility. So let's take a look. So when you're going through that turbulence, and you're like that, and this at night, that plane's rocking, this is all they can see up there. So they were relying on GPS, again, invented by a black woman. And I'll say it again, invented by a black woman. And again, invented by a black woman, okay? So they hit their asses where the hell they're going in the middle of the night. So this is what pilots see. So that's why I tell you guys, you do not want your pilots stressed out. You do not want your air traffic controllers stressed out, just like what that dumbass president did recently with not just cutting the TSA and all them stuff, but also the whole thing with the shutdown. So this is what they see. Oh, so somebody put this. They said TikTok got people exposing how their parents fumbled celebrities back in the day. So this was this person was dating Lil Wayne, and they said my mom.
Well, that was back when he was bathing.
Yeah. Somebody said my mom dated The Rock. Well, The Rock didn't look like that. He looked a little different now. So that was probably equal at that time. That was a little different. Somebody said my dad fumbled Lauryn Hill, and no, I'm not telling all the tea that he told me. I'm pretty sure that's a story to tell too.
Oh, sure.
Mine fumbled Tupac. And then somebody said my mom fumbled Blade. Somebody said my mom fumbled Muhammad Ali. Well, Muhammad Ali was getting around, so I mean, you were just one of the girls, man. My mom, my dad, and Tisha Campbell. My aunt fumbled Michael B.
Damn. She did fumble that one.
Dang, so Tupac was dicking down all our mamas. And then somebody said my sister seen him at her club, and the first thing he did was ask for my mom, and that was back in the day. This now you know Solange don't play. Somebody says, "Ask Uncle Jay what I did to niggas in elevators." Look at that face. You know he did something wrong. Because you know when your mom grab your mouth like that, you like, baby, you got one more time, and it's over.
Finger up, though. Low-key got the finger up though if you're looking at it.
Yeah, it's one more time. You're gonna get jacked up in this elevator. This was great. I want us to take a look at this.
Think that impacts the room that we've made for a woman to be president? Well, as we saw in this past election, sadly, we ain't ready. That's why I'm like, don't even look at me about running, because you all are lying. You're not ready for a woman. You are not. So don't waste my time. You know, we got a lot of growing up to do. And there's still, sadly, a lot of men who do not feel like they can be led by a woman, and we saw it. What was the question?
I just said, we don't need to ask it again. You answered it. You think?
And she's telling the truth. We just talked about this. I mean, and that's not just men. That's white women as well. We talked about this before. White women voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump. So we just gonna keep it real. Somebody did this prank. Let's take a look at this.
Playing with you, right? You think I'm playing with you?
Hey! Ah! Days! Damn! You out here? What?
Y'all better run. No, sir, please. I'm gonna get your money soon. Sir, no. Oh. No, sir, please. I'm gonna get your money soon. Sir, no. Sir, no. Oh. Please, show me your hands. Go, PD. Need backup. Oh, I promise you're gonna get your money back. I promise.
Now let there have been some black people.
Oh, you know, yeah, you already know. So that was that one, and then this lady in Africa, she was getting it.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, she was on fire. I was like, now watch somebody do fucking TikTok who's white trying to copy that shit, and they're gonna block her content, and they're gonna get millions of views while she only get 100,000 views. Just watch. We don't. We tell you what's gonna happen. Oh, this is from people that be stealing. I love this one. Take a look.
Yes.
These folks won't be stealing off nobody else's porch, okay? Because the way I was dying. Won't be stealing off nobody else's porch, okay? Because the way I was dying laughing at this video, baby, just call them Smurfs,
Now she knows better. Exactly what her ass
They thought they did.
I don't get why people steal our people. I don't get it. What's the point of stealing from people, dude? Dumbass. So that's that. So I want to read this quick story, and then we're going to end on one last video. They said a 15-year-old boy was caught stealing bread and cheese to feed his sick mother. The judge declared him blameless, saying society had failed him. He fined everyone in court $10, paid $10 himself, and fined the shop $1,000. Then handed the money to the boy, saying, "There's no greater crime than letting someone go hungry." Now that's how you do that, judges. This is how you fucking do it right here. Okay, that's how you do it. All these other whack ass judges out here, they ain't doing their job. This is how you do it, and I like that story. And then, we always got to end. I don't think I have nothing for Jean Grey, but she might be in here somewhere. So let's take a look.
Let's see how this guy tastes. First cut right. Oh my God! Bruno, it's just cake, buddy. So, jetzt schneiden wir dich einmal in der Mitte durch. Ready? Here we go.
You're like, bitch, no.
Not you, silly.
All right, let's get a slice of this little guy.
Oh, hey! Ow! Okay. Easy, buddy. It's just a cake. Hey, real cat. You're okay. Look, see? It's not you.
Fuck him up.
Got a whole season.
Oh my God, it's just cake.
Whoa! Bruno! Hey, buddy, stay with me. I got this. Easy. You're all right.
You better leave them animals alone. So, hey, I want to let everybody know, thank you for watching. We are going to be doing lives. I do like lives a lot more. Also, before we go out, I want to read some of the comments before we leave. Somebody says, be careful when y'all talking about that next live, because they're desperate to scrub the exposure, and we'll have folks in here trying to flag and censor. They do that already, you guys. I mean, we do the clip, they complain about it. We do this, they do that. They do it all the time. It is what it is at this point. And we're going to Patreon anyways, and they can't even scrub Patreon. Somebody said also, may answers guide and protect those of us that love those of us who genuinely love us. Tough Love Indigo, thank you for that. And then also, Tough Love Indigo said love and light, y'all. So everybody, I want to thank you guys for watching. We will be also talking about merchandise. Hopefully this upcoming Wednesday, we will have our link tree up. So the link tree up will be easier. So you'll go in there, you can just shop for stuff. Everything that we do sell from the shop and from all our merchandise, some of the proceeds will be going to helping people so we can help feed them and stuff. Because, everybody didn't get their SNAP on time. And on top of the SNAP benefits, some people said they had a reduction as well. So there's still a lot of stuff going on that's not being told in the media. And so I just want to let you guys know what's really going on behind the scenes with these whole SNAP benefits as well. Other than that, Miss Nikki, where can they find you at?
Find me on Instagram at bitch, on TikTok, bitch happens one word, and on YouTube, Knickknack23, that's NIKNAK3. And Janae, before you go off, I want you to plug your grassroots initiative.
Sure thing. So you guys can find me on Instagram, X, and TikTok. Dat Damn Janae. That's DAT Damn DAMNJENAY. Dat Damn Janae. But here on YouTube is Hood Storyteller. The word spelled accurately. So it's at Hood Storyteller on YouTube. As far as New Grassroots, that's a social initiative that I created about 5 months ago, which is helping relocate Black women and children to safer, more supportive countries, and that includes Black cis, trans, and intersex women, as well as children to safer, more supportive countries. So I do have a link in my bio if y'all go on the site or whatever for donations. I did just become a 501c3, so hopefully that'll get me in the door to get actual funding versus crowdfunding. But so far I've bought about 10 passports. No, it's a little bit more than that. 10 passports, 10 plus passports, and paid for 2 visas. So right now, the ultimate goal is for me to have about 250,000, because it'll cost a family of 4 to relocate to another country. 10,000 a family, and everybody's not going to be 4. Like, I'm a family of 3. There might be a family of 2, but ultimately it'll be 100 people. And getting those 100 people to another country will be me buying the passport, buying the visas, buying flights and luggage costs, as well as the 3 months of housing and essentials when the person gets to another country. So that is what I'm doing with New Grassroots.
All right, and as always, if you would like to be like on the show when we're doing a live, just send us a message in the chat, and then what I would do for the next future shows, I'll go ahead and send you the link, and you can come in and you can speak about that particular topic. And then once the topic's done, I'll probably remove you from it or whatever, unless we really like you and you really bring us something to this. Okay. As always, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Take care.